Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin legendary signals. I am shaking. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including a few Bitcoin legendary signals that will likely drop your jaw. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, come join us on Twitter through Crypto Love, subscribe to the channel. Now, today, fear and greed at 73, same as we've been for well over a week. The overall market up 0.5%, but again, pretty much sideways on the week, as you can see right here from the chart. Bitcoin at 69,097, Ethereum at 37.69, BNB at 631, Solana 166, XRP 52 cents, Dogecoin 15 cents, Cardano 45 cents, and Toncoin 678. And Bitcoin price right now sitting just below previous all-time highs, this dashed line right here. There is a breakout due by the middle of June. It's looking like we might have some more support underneath. Then we have resistance on top. Not only that, but should we break above and hit this roughly $71,500 area, that will complete this inverse head and shoulders, which would push price up to, say, where is it? $92,000. And if we get up there, we would have a continuation of the bull flag that Bitcoin's been in, up to roughly $108,000. So that is interesting. Now, it should be noted, this week is a pivotal week because this week, BlackRock flipped grayscale in Bitcoin holdings. That means the dominant player is no longer a seller. The dominant player is a buyer. This could change the whole dynamic of the market very, very quickly. We see right here, based risk on, risk off, early signs that Bitcoin professional institutional traders may be pivoting from selling risk to buying risk. You can see each time this went from going down to up, price afterwards followed by going up. So we could head up after this. As a matter of fact, interestingly here, historically, one of crypto's top leading indicators is a collective holding of wallets with at least 10 Bitcoin, exchanges or otherwise. When they accumulate, cryptocurrencies rise. When they dump, extended bear markets come. What do you think about this chart? We see aggressive shark and whale accumulation just before the ETF approvals, but continuing to add more Bitcoin over the past 5 months. You can see over here, as more Bitcoin is added to these wallets, price goes up dramatically. So it's only a matter of time before something massive happens. As a matter of fact, right now, Bitcoin is sitting just on the verge of massive bull run season. Every 4 years, the cross signals the final parabolic run for Bitcoin. It's just around the corner right now. We will see what the next few months hold for us. But already on a longer time frame chart, the 6-month chart right here, we can see a breakout from previous all-time highs. And historically, each time we had the candle breakout from previous all-time highs, the next 6 months are pretty incredible after that, sometimes even a year to a year and a half after that. So we have something big coming up in the near future. As a matter of fact, taking a look here, we mentioned earlier a head and shoulders. Here's a different head and shoulders, much longer time frame head and shoulders for Bitcoin versus the US money stock. Okay, now if we take a look here, they are printing a lot of money. And this is what happened with the Dow Jones Industrial Index as a hedge against inflation, stagflation, back in the 80s. You can see the inverse head and shoulders right here. And then in the short term, it went up 3x. Since then, it has gone up 38x from there. Could we see the same type of scenario for Bitcoin? Could we have a 38x of Bitcoin in the future? The hardest money that the world has ever known. No governments can print anymore. I don't know. You'll have to ask yourself that question and answer it for you. Now, this chart also taking a look at Bitcoin versus the M1 money supply has not breached tops we saw back in 2017. But right now, you can see a little bit of a cup formation here coming up with previous resistance. Could we see a breakthrough on a whole new trajectory? Could be something interesting because recently Bitcoin has only seen blow off tops after breakouts against the M1 money supply. Last alt season, bull run season, we did not have a blow off top. Now that could be due to the paper Bitcoin that was out there, but it could also be due to Bitcoin just not breaking the M1 money supply. Previous times when it's broken through the M1 money supply, we've had blow off tops. And the longer the consolidation, the higher the blow off top. So we could have a massive blow off top this season. As a matter of fact, this signal suggesting we have a huge move hasn't flashed in 8 years. It's Bitcoin's 5-day bullish compression, reached its highest level, the highest compression in 8 years. Have not seen this since Bitcoin was $500 before going $20,000. A 40x right there. We were just talking about 38x. That's pretty darn close to 40x. Could we see it within this bull run season? It's a possibility, because right now Bitcoin is printing its second only ever 2-month TD9 sequential setup. Right here we have the 9 right here, the most bullish signal for Bitcoin. The last time it happened, right back here, we saw a 10x for Bitcoin when we saw the same thing. Could we see a 10x for Bitcoin? Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of very bullish charts for Bitcoin. Now, just to give you a ballpark in terms of where Bitcoin could go if we see a blow off top versus if we see one of these stifled tops like we saw in 2021, well, these stifled tops would be roughly around $140,000. The blow off top would be roughly $364,000 right now. And here's the cool thing. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $69,000, my favorite number. Now, should Bitcoin stay here longer, you might want to try accumulating as much as possible, because if we take a look at this chart here, it turns out that you could retire into the 2030s with just 2 Bitcoin. That's right, you could retire if you just have 2 Bitcoin, which has my math right now, $138,000. Now, granted, that's a lot of money for a lot of people, but $138,000 and you could retire for life, never have to do anything more than that. Or if you want to wait even longer, if you can wait until 2040, it'll probably be about $69,000 one Bitcoin that you would need at that point, based on this chart here, which takes a look at the median U.S. family income versus Bitcoin's price, charts it out right here. Right now, you need roughly 52 Bitcoin. By 2028, 12.5, 2032, 4.9, 2036, 2.2, and I would guess 2040, probably about 1, maybe 1.5, but hey, $69,000 today, and you could retire in 16 years and just for the rest of your life do whatever the heck you want. That's pretty cool. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, like the video, come join us on Twitter, The Crypto Love, subscribe, and also YouTube thinks you should check out that video right there, and I tend to agree. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.